I just picked up a stick welder, and in this episode we're gonna go through it, we're gonna clean it, talk about some of the accessories I got, and I'm gonna give it a shot to see if I can strike an arc and lay down a weld. I've never used one of these machines before, so don't know, but stick around and we'll find out together. I was able to pick up this used stick welder off Craigslist for $100. Rods, and so these, stick rods, however they work, mask to go with it. It seems like one of the very simple, it's not auto darkening or anything like that. I also went to Home Depot and I picked up a few accessories. So I got some gloves, a slag hammer thing, and a brush. And then what I also did, at Home Depot, I also picked up this 4-prong 6-foot cable because the cable that's on here right now is a 3-prong, it's a twist lock style plug. This is an alternating current stick welder, so it doesn't even have the DC function, and it doesn't have a continuous dial. It looks like you just put the cable into the different outlets for whatever amp rating you want. And then we have a high and a low. So yeah. I checked online and I could not find a manual for this. Hi. Alright, so it looks like we have a big transformer. Looks like the cable runs right up. So it looks like the main cable comes up and splits, and we have 3 here. And so these are going to be the 2 hots and the 2 hot sides going off. Looks like we have these 2 little ones. It looks like these 2 little ones go to the fan, and then this one goes onto the transformer itself right here. But that's going to be our ground or neutral. Okay, so I'm going to check with continuity here. If I go off of this, I think this would normally be the neutral. Yeah. So it looks like on the welder, this post that is pulling off for the neutral is directly attached to the ground and the metal shell everywhere on here. So when I was looking up how to switch over to the new 4-prong plug, and we have now a separate ground and neutral. We have our 2 hot leads, and then we have our ground and neutral. It was saying to disconnect a jumper. Lug here is on the steel core, and that is welded to this angle iron, which is bolted to the frame, and there's good continuity all over that. So what I think I should do is probably take both of these, ground and neutral, put them together on that lug. Alright, I'm just getting in here with a little bit of sandpaper, and I'm sanding this terminal. Okay, I got my new wires for the 2 hots on the switch, and then I put the neutral and ground together on the same terminal. Over here you can see the iron core is welded to these 2 pieces of angle iron, and then we have 4 connections, and I checked with continuity, these are all good. So this is 4 points of contact to the frame instead of just 1, so I figured that's probably a better ground than anything else. So some of these parts were just rattling around inside the cage, and it looks like it came off from this wire, which would be the 110 and 95 amp lead. And it looks like that was probably the one that the previous owner used the most, and it eventually broke off. Wrap this lead up with some electrical tape so that it doesn't short out on anything. All right, we got it cleaned up, wired, and plugged into the outlet. Let's see if it works. All right, the fan works. Yeah, it's blowing air out. So we got 51.6 volts. 65 volts, 80.8 volts, 80 volts again, 80 volts, 80 volts. I'm not sure if this is the correct setup or not because I don't have a manual for this. This is the grounding clamp that's going to go on the workpiece, and I connected it to the low outlet, I guess. And then this other handle is going to hold the electrode, and I connected it up here to the 125 amp. So this is the electrode I'm going to be using, and it says 6013. And honestly, I don't know all the ins and outs, but this is just one of the main ones that he gave me, so I'm going to try it. I grabbed an old shirt. This is cotton. So I took this piece of angle iron and I sanded it a little bit. I didn't get it perfect or anything. There's still quite a bit of rust on it, but all the way around the perimeter I was able to get it right down to the bare metal. So I should be able to strike an arc off that. And by the way, if I'm using terms incorrectly, I'm sorry. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about this, and that's it. I've never stick welded before, and my only welding experience was back in high school shop class using a flux core wire feed welder. So, I don't know. It looks like I'm good to go. I'm going to try to just lay down a straight bead or something. And yeah, we'll see if this works. Okay, let's see, turn this on. Take the hammer. Okay, I laid down a couple of beads. Now let's see if I can do something. I clamped this small piece of steel onto that. Let's see if I can make an angle joint, or whatever you call these, right? It's a 90-degree angle. I think I wasn't holding that angle properly. So right here looks okay. Then it looks like the bead comes off and down low, and I miss connecting them. That looks all right. And then I came around the corner and I started pushing it. Then it looks like I have a big void in there, and another void. So these won't be good. I can just imagine water getting in there and rotting it out from the inside. Alright, well, this was my first attempt ever at arc welding. The two pieces are stuck together. I suppose that's something I should be happy about, right? But yeah. So I have a lot more learning to do on this. But there we go. And this thing works. Hey, it turns on and it didn't cause a fire. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching. And if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, comment, and share.